My friends, let me ask you something simple yet powerful. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered what story your clothes are telling before you even say a single word? You see, clothing isn't just fabric and thread. It's a language. It speaks without sound. It whispers messages to the people around us, sometimes messages we don't intend to send. And as the years pass, this language becomes even more important. Why? Because the little details in what we wear can either highlight our vitality and strength or quietly add years to how others see us. Now, let me make something clear. This isn't about chasing fashion trends or pretending to be 20 again. None of us need that, and honestly, none of us want that. What this is about is dignity. It's about wearing clothes that match the wisdom, experience, and resilience we carry in our hearts. It's about making sure that the outside reflects the vibrant life still burning inside. In today's video, we're going to look at 5 small but powerful details in clothing that often betray our age, sometimes without us even noticing. And I promise you, these aren't superficial tricks. These are gentle shifts, easy adjustments that allow your wardrobe to reflect who you truly are today. Strong, capable, and still very much alive. I'll share real stories of men and women just like you, people in their 70s and 80s who made simple changes and discovered how differently the world responded to them. Along the way, I hope you'll feel encouraged, not pressured, inspired, not judged. So stay with me, because by the end of this conversation, you may find yourself opening your closet doors with fresh eyes, realizing that your clothes hold far more power than you ever imagined. One of the clearest ways clothing can add years to our appearance is through something most of us don't even think about anymore: the fit. So many of us hold on to clothes we've owned for decades. Maybe it's a pair of trousers that still feels comfortable, or a jacket that once made us feel sharp and capable. But here's the truth. Styles shift, shapes evolve, and even small differences in cut can speak volumes about the time period they came from. Let me give you an example. Loose, baggy pants with wide legs, jackets with shoulder pads that sit too high, dresses that hang shapelessly on the body. None of these pieces are bad in themselves, but the moment you step out wearing them, people's minds place you in another decade. It's almost like your clothes are quietly whispering, "I belong to the past." And fit matters for more than just fashion. Baggy clothing can unintentionally make the body look frail, as if it's being swallowed up by the fabric. On the other hand, clothes that are a little too tight can send the opposite message, that you're struggling to keep up with younger trends. Neither one reflects the dignity, vitality, and presence you deserve. I'll never forget Charles, a 74-year-old gentleman I once spoke with. Charles had a wonderful sense of humor and a lively spirit, but he wore the same old khaki trousers he'd relied on for 20 years. They were loose, faded, and gave the impression that he was tired, even though he wasn't. Finally, he tried on a pair of better fitted trousers, nothing flashy, just updated and tailored to his current shape. The transformation was stunning. His friends immediately told him he looked healthier, more vibrant, more alive. Nothing else about Charles had changed, not his face, not his body, not his personality, but by simply adjusting the fit of his clothes, he projected energy instead of exhaustion. So here's the question to ask yourself. Are my clothes helping me step forward with strength and presence, or are they quietly holding me back? Sometimes the answer lies in the smallest changes: hemming a pair of pants, tapering a jacket, or simply letting go of pieces that no longer serve you. These little adjustments don't just refresh your image, they refresh how you feel about yourself. And that feeling, confidence, dignity, vitality, is priceless. If there's one part of our wardrobe that speaks louder than we realize, it's our shoes and accessories. These little details, our shoes, belts, handbags, even wallets, may seem small, but they send powerful messages about how we care for ourselves. Think about it. When you meet someone for the first time, your eyes naturally drift downward at some point. What do you notice? Scuffed shoes, cracked belts, worn-out wallets. They all give the impression of neglect, even if the rest of the outfit looks fine. These signs suggest being stuck in the past and can unintentionally make us appear older, less vibrant, or less engaged with life. Now, let me share a story. Ruth, a 69-year-old grandmother with a wonderful laugh, came to this realization the hard way. She had a favorite pair of loafers she wore almost every day. They were comfortable, but the leather was dull, the soles were worn, and the stitching had started to fray. One day, her daughter surprised her with a new pair of polished, supportive shoes. The difference was incredible. Ruth didn't just look younger, she felt younger. She walked with more spring in her step. Neighbors noticed, friends complimented her. That little upgrade gave her confidence she hadn't felt in years. Accessories carry the same kind of weight. A cracked old belt or a purse that's seen better days might not seem like a big deal, but they can quietly chip away at the dignity you present to the world. On the other hand, a clean, polished belt or a sleek new wallet signals that you still take pride in yourself. The good news is, this isn't about buying luxury brands or chasing trends. It's about keeping things fresh, well-kept, and cared for. Shoes polished, belts replaced when needed, accessories chosen with intention. Remember this, shoes don't just cover our feet. They symbolize movement, energy, presence. When they're cared for, they remind the world and ourselves that we're still moving forward with purpose and strength. One of the most common wardrobe choices that unintentionally makes us look older is wearing clothes that simply don't fit well. For many of us, comfort becomes a top priority as we age, and there's nothing wrong with that. But too often, comfort gets confused with loose and baggy. Oversized clothing, shirts that hang like curtains, pants that bunch at the ankles, jackets that swallow the frame, can send signals we don't intend. They can make the body appear weaker, smaller, even frail. Instead of comfort, they sometimes project a sense of loss, as though we've given up on showing the world our vitality. I think of George, a 74-year-old retiree. After leaving his job, he began reaching for oversized polos and baggy slacks every day. He told himself it was practical, easy to slip on, easy to move around in. But when friends saw him, they often thought he looked tired, older, even unwell. One day, his grandson encouraged him to visit a tailor. They adjusted the length of his trousers, gave his shirts a proper fit, and even recommended a light sports jacket. The transformation was astonishing. George didn't just look sharper. He stood taller, smiled more, and felt proud again. The truth is, clothes that fit well don't have to feel restrictive. A good tailor can make sure garments move with your body while still giving you shape and presence. When your clothing respects your frame, you look strong, capable, and full of life. Ill-fitting clothes can sometimes be a quiet disguise for changes we don't want others to notice. Weight gain, weight loss, or posture changes. But hiding under baggy layers rarely helps. Instead, honoring your body with clothes that fit says, I still care about myself, I'm still here, still alive, still full of energy. So the next time you reach for something overly loose, pause and ask, does this garment celebrate me, or does it make me disappear? Choose clothes that let you shine. Shoes. They're often the very first thing people notice, yet the last thing we think about updating. And here's the truth. Even if the rest of your outfit is modern and polished, old-fashioned or clunky shoes can quietly undo it all. They carry a powerful message, sometimes adding years without us realizing it. Think about it. Shoes are not just fabric and leather. They symbolize movement, energy, freedom. They tell the world whether we are ready to step forward with confidence or whether we're stuck in the past. I'm reminded of John, a 78-year-old gentleman who dressed beautifully in well-pressed shirts and tidy trousers. On the surface, he looked dignified and respectable, but when your eyes traveled down, you noticed something else. His sneakers were the bulky, heavy style from the early 1990s. To John, they were comfortable and familiar. To others, they sent a signal of being outdated, even fragile. His daughter gently encouraged him to try a modern pair of supportive walking shoes. At first, he resisted, but once he tried them, not only did he feel lighter on his feet, he started receiving compliments left and right. It wasn't just his outfit that changed, it was the way he carried himself. The good news is, updating shoes doesn't mean sacrificing comfort. In fact, today's options are better than ever. Supportive, cushioned, and designed for stability while still looking stylish. Whether it's a sleek pair of walking shoes, a polished loafer, or a smart pair of boots, the right footwear signals adaptability, vitality, and self-respect. So, take a look at your shoe rack. Are those shoes helping you move forward or holding you back in time? Remember, every step you take tells a story. Let your shoes say, I'm still moving, still strong, still part of today. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked but makes one of the biggest impressions: outerwear. Your coat, your jacket, your raincoat, these are the pieces people see first when you step outside. They are like a frame around a painting, setting the tone for how the world perceives you. But here's the challenge. Many of us hold on to outerwear far longer than anything else in our wardrobe. A bulky coat from decades ago, a saggy rain jacket that's lost its shape, or an outdated trench that swallows the body. These pieces quietly send the message of frailty or being out of step with the present. I think of Margaret, an 81-year-old woman who always carried herself with grace. Yet, every time she wore her oversized, faded raincoat, it seemed to hide her vitality. Friends would often comment that she looked tired or weighed down. At her daughter's suggestion, she invested in a new, lightweight trench coat in a soft, flattering color. The transformation was immediate. Suddenly, she looked brighter, more confident, more alive. The coat didn't just change how others saw her, it changed how she saw herself. Outerwear holds a deeper meaning too. It represents how we face the world. A strong, well-fitted jacket says, I am here, present, ready to engage. A sagging or outdated one says, I'm shrinking away. And the truth is, none of us are shrinking. We are still here, still living, still deserving to be seen. The beauty of outerwear is that a single piece can completely refresh your entire look. You don't need a closet full, just one or two coats or jackets that fit well, feel good, and suit your lifestyle. Neutral tones with clean lines can project dignity and timeless taste, while a pop of color can radiate warmth and energy. So next time you reach for your coat, ask yourself, is this the image I want to show the world? Because the right outerwear doesn't just keep you warm, it carries your spirit forward with strength and pride. As we come to the end of this journey, I want you to pause and take a deep breath. What we've explored today is not just about fashion, fabric, or trends. It's about dignity, vitality, and the way we choose to carry ourselves into every new day of life. Aging with grace doesn't mean pretending to be younger than we are. It means stepping proudly into each season of life while still honoring ourselves with care. Every detail of clothing, the fit of your trousers, the shine on your shoes, the structure of your jacket, whispers a message to the world. The question is, what do you want that message to be? Small adjustments can create powerful change. A pair of pants hemmed to the right length, a belt that looks fresh instead of cracked, a jacket that hugs your shoulders just right. These are not superficial tricks. They are choices that tell others, I am still here, still strong, still engaged with life. And remember, confidence is contagious. When you feel alive, the people around you feel it too. When you carry yourself with presence, others respond with respect. You deserve to feel that strength every single day. So as you look through your closet this week, see it with fresh eyes. Choose pieces that lift you up rather than weigh you down. Choose clothes that honor the person you are today. Not the past, not the trends, but you, right now. If this message has touched you, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one small change you're inspired to make. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Together, let's walk forward with confidence, dignity, and joy, because life is still waiting to be lived fully, beautifully, and with pride.